ladies and gentlemen, this is Rensler with Skyrender Studios, and welcome to Factorio tutorial video number 7 of our Factorial series. And today, just like I said on Tuesday, we're going to research all the things. So you have research labs, you can go all kinds of craziness with new technologies. We're going to have guns and bullets and turrets and robots, and we're going to have cars, and we're going to have freight trains just taking a bunch of our stuff and flinging it everywhere. But first, we got to figure out how to research all of that. There's a whole pile of technology. You can even see in this screen right here. And of course, I'm motioning towards the screen like as if you could see it, but there are some drone dudes like right here. And this is a refinery, and you've got all kinds of craziness going on over here, like that production. I don't know what the heck that is. I don't know what half the stuff up there is. These are transport belts that look pretty cool, right? Well, let's get started. So we're going to load the game. We're going to go to Factorio tutorial. You will see that we have an hour and 50 minutes and 54 seconds because, seriously, I just recorded Tuesday's episode. I finished that episode about 3 minutes ago. So, yeah. I told you guys I was going to record this right after the last one, and I was right. Didn't lie to you at all, man. Boom, we're going to load this up. Okay, so when we left off, what we did was expand our copper production line because our copper ore deposit here is considerably bigger than our iron deposit. And in fact, our iron deposit is so small that one drill can cover the entire thing and will eventually mine the entire thing. So, what we want to do today is research things so I can take the inventory. So this guy's up at 78 plates, but if we come over here and we left click, he's at 100 plates. He cannot hold anymore. His inventory is maxed. What are my options? Well, right now, my option, I'll push E to get rid of that. Right now, my option is to control click on this and pull its inventory out, put it on my character, and have to do that every time this fills up. That is not productive. That is not scalable. I want all this stuff to happen automatically. Can it? Yeah. Yes, it definitely can. But you have to have a long-handed inserter, and to do that, you have to research it. Okay? So today, because we have a power grid, and labs require power, we're going to get into making labs and researching things. And this episode is Research All the Things. Okay, and you have to use that tone of voice, too. You can't say, oh my god, research all the things. No, it's got to be research all the things. Right? Like a testosterone-fueled metal dude. Alright, so we're going to, yeah, who knows where I came from on that one. Alright, so we're going to click a power pole. We're going to see where my production is. Okay. I'm not worried about how much energy I'm consuming and how much energy I'm creating. And that's huge because labs require a lot of power. How much? Let's find out, because I don't remember. Okay, so we're going to click on, we pushed E to get to this menu again, and we're going to click on production here. And we're going to highlight a lab, and I can make 10 of them. I can make all the labs, but if we look at our energy consumption, they're 60 kilowatts apiece. Problem is that we may not have enough for 10 of those labs. No, we don't. Okay, so I have a steam engine, and if we push E and we highlight the steam engine, it tells us our maximum power output is 510 kilowatts. If I bought and built 10 labs and put them on this grid right now, I would crash the grid. That would not be good. So I'm going to show you guys how to expand our power grid, but first we're going to get some research going. That's what matters. That's what we're doing today. So I'm going to left click on a lab, and it's going to grab a whole bunch of materials because they are quite expensive to make. You look at the build queue in the bottom left hand corner there, and you'll see that I'm making wire, I'm making circuit boards, I'm going to make some gears, then I'm going to make my lab. So we're going to let that guy spin down 3, 2, 1, and the lab takes longer to make, so that little swirly thing goes a little slower, and now I have a lab. Ladies and gentlemen, we have research. Okay. So, if you look at these power poles, anything within that little blue square, and we'll zoom in, anything within that blue square means if you stick an object in here, it's going to have power. Cool. Because that's what I want. click. Okay, as soon as you drop your first lab, you end up at this screen. You can use this screen by pushing T, okay? T and T, right? This is the research screen, and it gives you the list of technologies. So, there's some color coding here. I'm red-green colorblind, but I know what these colors are. Color deficient, actually. So yellow means you can research it. Okay? Red means you can't. Red means there is a prerequisite research that you must complete, one or more, before you can research these. So only pay attention to what's in yellow right now. Right now, I want to look at logistics. So if I click on logistics, bam! What do I get? I get a underground belt. I can make 2 underground belts. So what this does is it makes like an exit, like an entrance into underground, like a subway, and an exit out from underground, like a subway, right? So what you could do, this allows you to pass a belt under another belt, or an object, any object. Why is that cool? Because you can keep things clean, and they don't follow the typical belt sorting rules. So you can build a plus sign underground and they will not interact with each other, whereas they would if they were both on the surface. And I'll show you that. A fast inserter, which just does what an inserter does, just faster. And then this guy, a splitter. So this says, I'm going to take your line of stuff and I'm going to duplicate that stuff onto this other belt. That's cool. Because what we can do with that is I can feed my second set of boilers that I'm going to have because I have to have more power. And because I don't want to rip my power grid out and kill it, I'm going to build another offshore pump, more boilers, and more steam engines, and I'm going to show you guys the min-max way of doing power. Because we will need it. So without killing my power grid, I'm just going to augment my power grid on one side and then pull out my smaller power generation guy that I have up there now. So we are going to research logistics. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to click on logistics, and it says logistics available, making sure that you know that it's available. And I'll click on something else, you'll see unavailable. There you go. We go back to logistics, it's available, right? And it says, oh, what are these? What are science packs? I don't know about these, right? So a science pack requires ingredients, just like anything else, raw materials, and your player can make it. And that's very important because you have to be able to make these. So we're going to research. Okay, now if I push Alt, right? Is it Alt? Yeah, it's Alt. So this has nothing in it. And it wants to research logistics. If you look in the top right corner, you'll see logistics in a progress bar, and there's nothing in it. And that's because the lab does not have any science packs, and it says it needed 20. So I'm going to show you how to make science packs. How do I research things? Push E. Okay. And we're going to come over here to intermediate products on the crafting. And this is the first time we've had to come to this screen. Here you can make sticks, you can make gear wheels. If you want to have them ahead of time, you can make electronic circuits, you can even make wood. I don't know why you would make wood from the raw wood, but whatever. And it says you can make plates, but you have to make them in furnaces. But I can also make science packs, which is what we're going to do. So I'm going to left click 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I get quick creation. And I'm going to right click 3 times. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to end up, so I get a science pack early, right? I'm going to highlight my inventory. I'm going to control click this guy. Bam! Oh man, look at that. It's going nuts. It's going crazy. That means it's starting to research my logistics here. It says I have red science packs, and I'm just going to keep control clicking and keep this guy fed with science packs. And you'll see in the top right corner here that my logistics progress bar is going up. Ladies and gentlemen, we are researching. We're getting our learn on. We got all the smart guys in the lab coats and the clean rooms and all that noise. Having fun with beakers and Bunsen burners and all kinds of mixing bowls. It's going to be sweet. And then Julia Child will randomly show up and bake us a cake because, you know, you can't do research without cake. It's a fact. You can't do research. I'm going to put that as a thing on the bottom. Factorio rule number 4. You can't do research without cake. Alright, so we're going to have this guy pop that research in there, and I'm just waiting for the rest of the science packs to be made. Can you build more than one lab? Yes. Do I recommend that you build more than one lab? Heck yes. Because this is slow. And you'll notice up here we have red science packs, we have green, we have blue, and we have purple. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, now put those in there. Okay, so now the lab, I'm going to push E to get out of there. Now the lab has everything it needs to finish the logistics research. Now I hit a button and I didn't explain it to you, so I'm going to do that. If you press Alt once, this is default. The lab is there, these guys are there, everything is there, right? If you push Alt, just press it once. When an object has an inventory, it will show you what the majority of its inventory is. Because this thing only has red science packs, it's showing you a red science pack icon. When you look at inserters, they will show you what direction they're operating in. So it's saying, I am pulling from this transport belt and I am feeding these boilers. If you run over to our production grid, you'll see a little bit more. Every drill will show you what direction it's facing and what direction it's outputting. Like this, every inserter will show you where it's pulling and where it's pushing to. And things like furnaces, because they do have inventories, they show you what the majority of their inventories look like. This is all important. Control click, control click, control click. Perfect. So now these are showing you, hey, I'm doing iron plates. Hey, I'm doing copper plates. Are there some rules for this? Yes. Will I explain those to you? Yes. You will know. Okay, and we're going to come up here to our production, and you will see right here. This guy's fast. He is so fast, possibly. No, it looks like they are fast enough. They're just barely faster than the drill. So our production line here, if we hit P again, boom. Alright, so this is the research episode. So in the top right, we are researching logistics. What we're going to end up with is a splitter. Okay, so the splitter is going to be important because I need more power, because I want more labs to research things faster, and I want to augment my power grid without tearing it out. Yes, I can remove this, add more boilers, put this back on, but what that does is it kills my power grid. I shouldn't have to kill a power grid to fix it, right? And in this case, that's exactly what I have to do. I'm going to fix that for you guys, so I will show you. We're going to get this chunk of wood out of the way, okay? And while I'm waiting for research to finish, I'm going to get something else done, because that's what this game is about. It's about automation and parallel processing. Okay, we're going to push E. And I'm going to come down here to production, and I can't make a boiler because I don't have any stone. Okay, so I have an offshore pump. And I have a steam engine. I'm going to make 5 steam engines. 2, 3, 4, 5, and I will tell you why. While those are making, I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to farm some stone here. I'm going to mine some stone. And I need 35 stone. Actually, this is going to go faster. Oh, I only have 1. Oh, well. Cool, our research is done. I'm going to show you guys how to get coal very quickly. I'm going to show you guys how to pick things up off of a belt. You're going to like this. So what I'm going to do is press E, come over here to logistics. I'm going to make an iron chest. It takes plates, but it holds more than a wooden chest. I'm going to push 2 to get my burner drill here. Yes, I know it's a burner drill. That's okay. Go just like that. I'm going to hit... So, okay, I'm going to hit 2. So 1 through 5 are these 5 guys on the left side. But if you hold shift and you press 1 through 5, you end up on this side. So I'm going to hold shift and press 1, and now I've got this guy here. I'm going to put that chest there. Now I'm going to show you guys how to pick up things off of the ground or transport belts. I'm going to stand on next to the transport belt. I'm going to hold F. As in, this is freaking crazy. I'm picking up stuff off a belt. This is the fast way to grab stuff, like coal. I'm going to push E. I'm going to see that I have 41 coal. I'm going to complete that until I end up with a bunch. There we go. And I'm going to click on my drill. I'm going to control click, give him coal. This guy's going to mine stone for me. And I need him to mine stone for me because I need boilers. So I'm going to make a boiler because I know I have enough for one. In fact, actually, let me press and hold right click and get rid of these guys. I need this a little bit faster. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this. Let's see. I'm going to do this. Let's see. Shift 2. I'm going to hit 2. And we go this. Like that. There we go. I'm going to right click to get half the stack. Give him fuel. And just control click and give him the rest of the stack. There we go. So now I have 2 drills putting stone into that box for me. That chest. So now that the research has been completed on my... Oh, and they all have names, by the way. We can change those. I'll show you. But now that the research has been completed, I have new things I can build. Let's build new things, because new things are cool. Press E. We're going to go to Logistics, and there are new things here. Next to my transport belts, I have underground belts, really cool. And I have a splitter. I got a splitter. So we're going to use a splitter. We're going to build a splitter. And these are more complex, they require more parts, all that noise. And we have fast inserters. These are like the try-hard inserters. I'm going to name all my inserters Captain Tryhard. So here's a splitter. So what it does is it takes the contents of one belt and duplicates it onto a second belt, and then you can route that second belt wherever you want. So what I'm going to do is temporarily break my coal here. Press and hold right click. Now that transport belt is gone, now I click this guy. Now you'll notice it's taking the contents of this belt and it grabs, it doesn't duplicate it like making a new object in the game engine. What it does is it says every other thing that comes through, I'm going to put one up here, one down here, one up here, one down there, okay? And that's very important to know. So I need more transport belts, so I'm going to right click this a couple times. I don't need them right away because I haven't built my power grid yet. So we're going to come over here to our stone chest and we're going to control click. 94 stone, that's enough. So I need a total of 7 boilers. How many boilers do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And those are fast to be created there. So we're going to press 1 and we're going to come up with our offshore pump. We're going to put it right here. Then I'm going to press Shift and 1. This is going to be a longer episode because we're not done yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 boilers. Okay. And we're going to press 5 and it's going to go 1, 2, 4, 5. And I'm just pressing and holding left click. And it will place that object wherever my cursor is at the first available time it can place that object. Very important. Okay? So now I want to route my transport belt. And we will rotate it before I place it. And you'll notice my splitter is doing its work. And we're going to rotate this guy this way. Just like that. And we're going to hit 4 for empty hands. This will be more than enough power for all the crazy lab work we're going to do. Alrighty. So now we need inserters. I need 7 inserters total. And I have none. So we're going to make fast inserters, because why not, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And those are going to take just a little bit to make, because they are pretty expensive. 1 and 1. And those will be able to feed my draw for now. And now I just have to have enough poles to get down here. 1, 2, 3, and 1 pole, just to cover the other set. And these are wicked fast inserters, and that's a technical term. So now this guy over here, I have to make more poles actually. I'm just going to right click the poles and make 5 more. This guy actually is now able to produce power and feed it to the grid because there's a pole next to it. But the others don't, so I need to fix that. So I'm going to come down here and just bridge the gap between all of these. Oops, not where I want it. Right there. Right there. There. Now my entire power... And this follows a rule that I explained earlier, that a power source like a steam engine cannot put power anywhere unless there's a power pole that overlaps its grid marker. Okay? So that's very important to know that I called that. So now, our maximum performance is insane. Look how those inserters go! That water is going to be ridiculously hot. And all of these guys are going to be going crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 boilers and 5 steam engines. 7 boilers will perfectly power 5 steam engines because every steam engine requires 1.4 boilers to work at maximum efficiency. And 1.4 times 5 is 7. So we researched, guys. We did research. I have a lab, I researched cool logistical stuff, and we went nuts with the splitter, and we have more power and everything now, and sweet. We have awesome research, and we're going to press T, because what I want is logistics 2, because what I want are these long-handed inserters, and where are they? I researched the wrong one. That's hilarious, guys. I researched the wrong one! But they only need 10 red science packs, so let's boom, diggity, do it. Alright, so I need to make 10 science packs. I better get on it, because this episode's already 23 minutes. So we're going to get the science packs going. And we'll click this, there we go. So I kept hitting E instead of clicking on the lab. So what I want to do is make sure that I produce a science pack faster than the lab consumes it. And can you make science packs automatically? And can you automatically feed lab science packs? Yes, to both of those. Are we going to be doing that? Yes, we are. But we haven't hit the ridiculous automation episode yet. So this is research all the things. Including researching the wrong thing first, of course. Because, you know, that's how I am. Proof that we don't do rehearsals here. I just wing it. Okay, so we have all the power that we're going to need for a little while, honestly. I mean, each one of these can produce 510 kilowatts. And if we look at our grid, look at that. We're drawing 66 kilowatts all the time, and look at that. Look how low that line is. The inserters blipped, and the drills blipped, and that was it. Alright guys, so next episode, what we're going to do is we're going to optimize our production line. So, the goal of the next episode is to have ore and fuel coming into a furnace. Yay! Researched. Okay, press T. Ore and coal coming into a furnace, so it has fuel and something to do. And then it's going to take the result, which is that plate, and it's going to put that back on a belt and get it out of there so it can keep going. Okay? That's what we're doing the next episode. In this episode, we went crazy. We expanded out our production thing. we got some research done by building a lab, and we extended out our power grid to a ridiculous level to where in the next, I don't know, the next 4 or 5 episodes at least, we will not be maxing this out. I don't see us maxing it out unless we go absolutely crazy with labs next episode. Maybe that's what we'll do. I don't know. I don't think ahead on this stuff. Alright, you know what? Everybody, you guys have been amazing. My name is Ben Rensler. You've been amazing. Keep your stick on the ice, peace and chicken grease, and I will see you next Tuesday.
And I want to say this to the television audience. I made my mistakes, but in all of my years of public life, I have never profited from public service. I've earned every cent.